are going to party. Party all...
Hello friends, my name is Metal, and today I would like to show you how to complete the Shadow Raid heist on Death Wish difficulty. I have already done a tutorial on it, however today I will show you an alternative approach to it. It was actually shown to me by Jigu of Team Evil, who is a very good Payday 2 player, one of the best ones I have ever met. So thank you Jigu very much for showing me how to complete the Shadow Raid heist. It is actually a little bit faster than the way I normally do it because of various improvements, such as, for example, we are going to be securing the bags via the rubbish bin, the loot drop-off point, rather than having a zipline to the tugboat asset available to us. And because of this, we are able to secure the bags faster. You don't have to wait for the zipline to return before you can secure the next bag. And advantages of the loot drop-off point will definitely be felt much more when you're playing as a team, because when you're using the zipline, only one person at a time can secure the stuff into the tugboat. However, with the bin, everyone can throw it in there immediately. The first thing that I want to do is to take out the camera guard. Not only that will turn off the cameras, it will also give us access to some of the loot, as you can see here, and also it will give us a key card that the camera guard always spawns. I still have 3 minutes, or around 3 minutes before the helicopter arrives, and remember, every time you infiltrate the Shadow Raid compound, you've got a 5-minute timer before the helicopter arrives, and it will either bring a container, which it will drop in the middle of the yard, or it will bring extra guards. I definitely don't want it to bring the guards, so there is a way of actually forcing the helicopter not to bring the guards, but to bring the container. While we still have a little bit of time, what I would like to do is to take out this guard, and usually I try to boost him into when he's walking around here, so you'll just boost him towards the wall. However, this time he was a little bit far away, and I do have a lot of spare body bags. As you can see, very far away there in the distance, I've got a body bag asset. It's actually in the maintenance shed, and I believe it's one of the best places because not only you can grab the body bags while you're in the maintenance shed, you can also grab the body bags when you're going to be inside of the warehouse. You can actually grab the body bags from there through the wall. Okay, so we still got a couple more minutes before we can start forcing that helicopter spawn. So what I'm going to do now is start looting the second floor. After that, there will only be one more thing to do before we can start looting the rest of the compound. We've got the cocaine here, and what you can actually do is just throw the cocaine and all the other loot bags in between those two AC units. It will just safely land down there. Be careful when you do it before you kill that guard, because sometimes the guard, depending on where your bag will spawn, will be able to see what you're up to, and he will start raising the alarm. So just keep that in mind, and this is exactly why I've dealt with the guard before I decided to drop any of the loot bags down there. Okay, so we still have 1 more minute, as you can see on the timer in the top left. I'm just going to check if there's any other loot available here. Doesn't look like there's anything. There's a guard there, so we will just let him stand there. I'm not sure if he's stationary or not, but it doesn't really matter. If he's stationary, it actually would be better, because that means... Ooh, seen by guard. Okay, let's just get rid of him. I still got about 50-40 seconds. It really depends how quickly you infiltrate the compound, how quickly you prompt Bane to say something about those containers. And once he does that, you've got a approximately 5-minute countdown before the helicopter will spawn. So what I'll do now, there's also a key card that this guard dropped. So overall, even though it was a little bit of a slip, because he produced a key card, and it is a random drop, only 2 guards I believe from the inside murky water guards carry the key cards, and because he dropped that, it's not such a bad idea that we had to kill him. You can probably hear the prompt, and Bane shortly will notify us that there is an unexpected flight, and also we're going to see the helicopter. And what I've done is I was standing somewhere beyond this line and also beyond the middle of the H, so as long as you're standing somewhere here and this is where the helicopter lands, when the game checks if it's safe to spawn the helicopter with the guards, when it checks if there is any obstruction at its landing point, it will see that we are here, and then therefore it will say, oh well, I can't really spawn the guard's helicopter, I'm going to spawn a crate, and then it will bring that helicopter, the crate will be dropped into the yard. We will loot it later. It always drops a container with a crate inside of it that contains an artifact. If you have seen my previous walkthrough of the Shadow Raid, I would always argue against opening these doors, and actually because we are not going to secure the bags through the zip line, it doesn't really matter if the guards walk outside and kind of look out down onto that backyard. Most of our stuff is here, we're going to be walking around there, and the guards don't really see anything from up there. They still might, so you still need to be careful. However, the advantages of opening these doors, it gives you flexibility in regards to where you can enter, so if one entry is blocked by a guard, you can always avoid that door and use a different one. I can see that there is money back here, and also there is a crate in here. And remember that we did get a key card, and it will be actually useless for us in opening the vault because it's a little bit too far away. Therefore, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of my key cards on one of those cages, but then the second cage I will probably have to drill if I really want to find what's inside of it. So what I did there, I caused the guard to crouch by intimidating him, and this is the judge, the shotgun that although it has a silencer, the intimidation is still not 0, and you can actually cause the guards to do that. And if they're stationary guards just like this one, they're going to be in prone position forever. And it's actually pretty useful because when I drill, I was kind of worried if the guard will see the drill or not when he tilts his head. However, right now he is hidden, mostly hidden by the boxes, and also he is not tilting his head as much anymore. Right now I will wait for a perfect opportunity to start those drills. I'll keep my keycard as a backup, and if I manage not to use it, it will actually be good because there might be still loot down there. Let's actually go ahead and check. Doesn't look like there's anything, so I actually can go and use the key card on this machine, on this cage, and that's not going to be a problem. We've got a piece of loot, perfect, and I'm going to start the drill on this one. I believe it's the best time right now because there were no guards downstairs. That civilian just kind of walked down there, and he's gonna stay there for about a minute or so, so I have time to drill through this cage. However, you still need to be careful, and I would recommend you to only do it when you're early on in the heist or when you have already completed your objective, because failing the heist right now, as I'm quite heavily invested into it, would be a bit of a disappointed because I've already done so many things. I already started looting, and I don't really want to fail it right now. However, with a bit of luck, that drill will not break anymore, and we will be able to complete... Oh, it just broke. Okay. And you might have noticed that I managed to fix the drill by just punching it, and this is because I'm currently playing the Payday 2 beta, where there's a new drill skill. It gives you a one-shot chance, you only can do it once, every time the drill breaks, and what you can do is you just melee and you've got a 50% chance of fixing the drill immediately. It did happen the first time, however it did not happen the second time, which is also fine. It's still a pretty good result. I managed to fix the drill by hand, and we were lucky enough that no guards were alerted. That civilian wasn't too much of a problem. I've got plenty of body bags. As you have seen, I also had a spare body bag case on me as a deployable, but I also still have the ECMs, and once again, this is another new skill introduced in the Payday 2 beta called the Jack of all trades. It allows you to bring 2 deployables. One of them is going to be a little bit weaker. The effects of it are gonna be cut by half. Therefore, you need to make a choice whether you want 2 ECMs or 2 body bags. In this case, I decided to bring 2 ECMs to the Shadow Raid because I still have that. Bag in the maintenance shed, and it will be more than enough of the loot of the body bags to. Oops, let's avoid that dude. It will be more than enough of body bags to deal with every civilian and 4 guards. Of course, we cannot kill more than 4 guards because we only have 4 pages available to us. And now I would like to do the last thing, which is a little bit dangerous, and I also remember that there was a guard who went down there, so maybe I shouldn't do it right now. However, with the Sixth Sense, you can pull it off most of the time very, very safely. Seems like that guard who went down the stairs actually left already, so Let's have a look. I'm just going to let the sixth sense kick in once more time, just to make sure that there is no one in the vicinity. It looks pretty clear to me, and what you have to do is just break this glass when you are sure that there's no one nearby. That guard downstairs, another advantage of taking him out early is that you're not going to be worried about him, because you won't be able to highlight him with the sixth sense, and if he's standing here, he might hear the glass breaking. I broke the glass and now I have a shortcut available to me, and I'll show you exactly how it works by grabbing these weapons. So all you have to do is just throw the bag down there, and it's very easy. My normal Shadow Raid run would involve opening up this manhole, and this is where I would bring my loot, and then I would run it through the sewers. Okay, let's have a look what the guard is up to. He's walking past, so we'll let him walk. And then I would get it out onto the backyard through the rear escape and send the loot onto the zip line. This way is a little bit more faster, it's a little bit more convenient, as long as you keep an eye out on the guards who are walking through the stairs, and this would be one of the dangerous places because of that constant foot traffic. The civilians also, you need to keep an eye out on them. However, if you take enough care, you will be just fine. Just gonna check if there's anything remaining in the lockers. It doesn't look like there is. There's also a crowbar here that spawns at 100% rate, so if you fail to find a crowbar so far, this is where you can always find one. There are a couple more places, I'll show you where you can also find the crowbar. So there's another one that will always spawn here. However, because I already found the crowbar upstairs, I don't really need another two. Found an artifact, and the thing with the artifacts, the only advantage of the manhole is that once you bring it from the manhole, all you really need to do is get it to this door, and then you just drop it. Once you bring it from the warehouse, you will be, all you have to do is just throw it into the manhole. However, right now I need to carry it a little bit further, and I'm a little bit more exposed, because if one of the guards decides to go down the stairs or come from outside, it will be a little bit hard to hide. However, if you see a torch coming down, if you see his flashlight, you just kind of back out, hide here. This place should be safe enough, unless there's someone coming from there. So I would recommend you to try and make your way back here and just hide here. This is a 100% safe chance that nobody will see you in there. We have finished looting the second floor, same as with the first floor, and now I will loot the warehouse. There are a few crates and also sometimes money and weapon crates. However, this time none of that has spawned, which is completely fine. It just means that it spawned somewhere else. We will inspect all the crates and make sure we find all the loot. I'm also gonna check the downstairs area, the basement. Sometimes the cocaine bag spawns in there, so we're gonna check carefully, because sometimes the guard is in here too. It doesn't look like there's any cocaine here. And let me show you how to grab the body bags through the wall, just like that. You just need to walk up to it, and you can actually do that in many different heists. So for example, in the frame heist, day 3, you can grab some of those pieces of electronics that you need to find as part of the heist. You can grab them through the wall, so long as you know where exactly they are. You just need to align yourself with them. It certainly will help if someone is spotting the items for you through the cameras. There is a guard coming down the stairs, and the reason he got highlighted was because of the spy cam that I have installed upstairs. I'll show you a screenshot of the items that I have, but basically there are 2 spy cams. One of them is upstairs, the other one is at the entrance to the warehouse, and the other item is the body bag case and also the loot drop-off point. So these are the 4 assets that I've got in the Shadow Raid. Depending on your weak points, where you don't find it too comfortable with stealthing, you might want to adjust the locations of the spy cams. So for example, if you find it hard stealthing through here, you might drop a spy cam in here and it will make it easier. You still will need to keep an eye out for civilians, because those guys are not highlighted by spy cams. Okay, there are a couple of civilians walking couple of people walking, a civilian and the guard. So we might have to wait for them before they can leave and allow us to walk around and check those crates. But I believe that that guard is actually a stationary one, so it might be a little bit more of a problem trying to open that crate. However, I still attempt to do that because it would be very nice to get access to all the loot available. There's nothing in this crate, and let's see how we can safely try and... Oops. Because he's stationary, I'll actually try and do that to him. It might help us a little bit. See, I just need to make sure I can open this crate. And seems like it is actually empty. I'll double check from a different angle just to visually confirm that it is. And the best place probably would be from the top of one of these crates. Yeah, it is in fact empty, which kind of makes my life a little bit easier because I don't have to risk getting spotted by that guard and trying to grab that piece of loot. And I believe we have finished looting the warehouse as well, so the inside areas of the Shadow Raid are now empty. Let's go ahead and secure all the items. It will take a while because I haven't secured a single piece of loot yet. However, I believe right now we will be able to get to the point where we will be able to leave. And just be careful when you are securing the bags, because if you miss like that, a guard from the roof might actually spot that bag. So something you don't really want to do, because you might not have enough time to reach him in time. And also, in cases when there are multiple guards on the roof, they will see each other and it will make your life so much more difficult. Let me speed up this portion of the video so that you don't have to experience me moving the bags. And I will see you when I'm done with all the bags. I have one more bag to secure right now, and in fact we already have 13 bags and we only need 12 on Death Wish difficulty. And this is your first floor done, and warehouse done, and also your second floor done. And that includes those pesky cages. The only thing right now inside of the Shadow Raid compound is the vault that we still haven't looted. However, I'm going to do it last. What I would like to do now is loot the containers outside. There is the money that we can find, and also a container. That guard might start walking this way, so I definitely want to be careful around him. So is the civilian. Civilian actually makes it around the container, so we just need to be a little bit more careful. Give them their space. I'm sure eventually they will clear it, and we will be able to grab the artifact without any problems. So that guard decided to walk away. The civilian is still somewhere there, but I believe that he shouldn't cause us any problems. There he is walking away, and also there's another guard coming down. I'm just going to walk and crouch, and depending on how close I get to him, actually he will see me when I'm standing up, and this is why I decided to crouch. Works pretty well, and as you can see, those stationary guards are still crouching. We actually managed to get 2 of the guards today stuck like that. A very useful trick. Most of the time it just either brings them down so they can't see you past the boxes and stuff like that, or the other advantage of doing that is that they actually stop tilting their head, and their field of view effectively goes down, and they don't see what is happening on the right and on the left unless you get too close. But this basically allows you to stealth past them much easier. Okay, so we have almost done the yard as well. There are still a couple of containers to check out. We did get the hardest things of them all, which is the artifact. And I still have ammo pager, I still have 3 body bags available to me. And the body bags are really gonna be for that one civilian, for the one guard, rather, and maybe a couple more civilians that we might encounter as we go on. Let's see what's in here. There's a money bag, and this is the only money bag in this container, which is not too bad. There are gonna be still a few Just gonna make sure don't come across anybody. Looks good. And do you see that orange jumpsuit civilian who's walking towards the right? He's actually the keycard bearer, and I would like to kill him because we need still a second keycard to access the vault. And it is important not to kill him just anywhere. Oops. You have to make sure you get him somewhere closer to the vault. Otherwise, when you're soloing Shadow Raid, you won't have enough time to open the vault because you need to drop those two key cards within 10 seconds between the first drop and the second one. Just gonna make sure that there's nothing in here. Looks good. So I don't need to come back to these two containers. I believe I already... Nope, haven't opened this one. Let's see what's inside. Another money bag. Very nice. The closer they are to the street, the nicer it is, because you don't have to sneak it all the way through, you know, past the yard. You can just bring them here, drop them through the fence, past the fence, and then I'll go there and drop them off into the van, rather than carrying them to the loot drop-off point, which is actually a little bit far away from here. There's still a couple of containers that I need to check out, so this is what I'm going to do right now. One of them is actually upstairs, on top of another container. However, it's not very hard to open it, and you just need to jump on that blue container, and then you'll be able to interact with it. And there's yet another money bag. I will actually bring this one to the loot drop-off point. Need to be careful if there are guards there as well, because there's always a single guard who's standing there. I don't really want to kill him because he is not going to give us a key card, and I would like to keep that as an emergency. So a couple more money bags rather, and only one more container to check out. So we are getting to the end of the Shadow Raid with 25 minutes in. A very nice result overall, considering this is a solo run. And if we get the armor quickly enough, we might be able to finish the heist in under 30 minutes. So I'm just making sure that the guard didn't spawn here. And I remember that when I was down in that basement, I could see the guard down below. So there he is. And what I'm going to do right now is actually jump down here. And this is the access to the sewers I was talking about earlier. And we can just drop the bags like that. An accidental shot hit my keyboard on the side. And as long as the money bag is behind that yellow container, blue container, and you won't have any problems about the guards, either from the roof or that stationary guard spotting them. So I'm going to do the same thing with this last bag, and then I'm going to come around. You can either sprint past him, or you can, if you don't feel as secure about doing that, you can just, yep, he's not seeing the bag, right? Nope, it's actually out of his view. Or if you don't feel brave enough, you can just walk around, but what I'm going to do is just sprint by, and as I was sprinting, I actually jumped in the midair and also crouched, and that effectively caused me to be crouching at a sprinting speed. So this is how I did not get noticed. I believe you can still just sprint past him. However, depending on your location, he might actually have enough time, and also your detection risk, he might have enough time to the point where he will actually see you. There was actually another bag that I brought up to the roof in the beginning of the heist. It's a server, I believe. Nope, it's money. Okay, and so I'm going to go and drop that off as well. Because I don't really want to be concerned about the money or any other loot bags after I've done the armor. Because once you open the vault, you are basically playing against the point when the guard or civilian will get close to the vault, and they will see it and they will raise the alarm. Of course, I still have one more pager, so I might go ahead and deal with one of those guards if it's only one guard. However, if there are two guards, I will have to ECM rush this and try and finish the heist if I do want to finish it in stealth. There's that civilian coming down, so I need to wait for them to clear the area, because otherwise I won't be able to get past them. Oh, completely forgot about this guard crouching and didn't even see him. But that's okay. What we are going to do is take him out. So this is our last pager. A little bit of a slip up there. I completely forgot about this guard, and the reason I didn't see him was because he was crouching, so doing this trick actually played an evil joke on us. However, we still are fine. Still have a pager available to us, so I used it right now. From now on though, I'll have to be very careful because I don't have any more backup available to me. So there's that orange jumpsuit civilian. He's gonna go all the way there, but on his way back I'm going to be waiting for him, and the moment he gets close enough to the wall to the point where when he drops the keycard he will be the keycard will be close enough, I will take him out, hide his body. I still have 2 body bags, so that's what I'm going to do. Let's give him a moment. He will stand there, talk on his phone perhaps for a while, and once he comes back I'll deal with him. I can see the guard is standing over there right now, and the civilian is coming down. The guard is on the move, so we need to be very careful in regards to how we're going to deal with that civilian, because he actually might come across. Oh, that should be fine. So what I'm going to do now is just take him out. He did drop the keycard right there, and when I go and open that vault, I'll drop the first keycard that I'm carrying right now, then I'll return, pick up this keycard. It will only take me about 4 seconds, so by the time I get back I should really have still at least 1 or 2 seconds spare. Let's see what this guy is up to, because if he comes down right now, I don't really want to have to deal with him. There's another person being highlighted over there. Let's check out the situation in the warehouse. That guard is not a problem, and I don't think there would be any better time than right now for us to open the vault. There we go, I dropped the second keycard. The vault is being opened right now. Because that guard is kind of crouching and he's facing the other way, it's not going to be a problem. He's not going to see anything. There are 4 pieces of armor that we need to secure, so I'm going to bag them right now just to make it easier later on. That guard is coming down, so I believe he will be coming down the stairs. Hopefully he doesn't start walking this way, because then he will see the vault, of course. And if he does, I will ECM rush it. However, if he walks towards the escape, towards the entry, he actually won't see the vault and we still will be fine. So this is the moment of truth. He's coming down the stairs. I will be ready to ECM right now. And I believe I still have enough time to secure all the bags and still escape. There we go, he did see it. That is fine. Just gonna take him out because my ECMs do have pager blocks. And now we will try and continue securing these 4 bags. It is really disappointing that I had to waste that 4th pager upstairs, because right now if I had that spare pager, I would have been able to just take him out and still continue in stealth. However, right now I'm ECM rushing. And with the help of the... let's drop the next one. With the help of the bin, I actually don't have to wait for the zipline to come back, so I'm going to be able to secure those bags a little bit quicker. And I might not have enough time to escape in stealth, which is completely fine. The only difference between that and finishing it in loud, the shadow rate, you just don't get the bonus. However, your payout is still going to be just fine. There's the second armor bag, and let's get that 3rd one in. Still have 5 more seconds on the ECM. So if you were playing with a friend or something, you would be able to chain your ECMs, and that would be actually perfect. And I have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, just made it. Just made it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the stealth bonus. However, it's still a pretty solid run. 33 minutes and 24 seconds. It's not very bad considering we've got everything. You'll be able to see how much money I've got. And this concludes this tutorial. I hope it was helpful to you. I personally believe that this is a very, very interesting way of securing the bags. If there are any questions in regards to stealthing the shadow raid, pop them down in the comments below. And also, once again, Jigu, thank you very much for showing me this way. He is actually a moderator on my live Twitch streams, so if you would like to meet him, come along to one of those, say hi to him. I'm sure he will be very happy to meet you all. I thank you for watching. I will see you in the future videos. Bye bye. Okay, so let me show you another cool trick. It's a little bit dangerous and definitely failing to pull it off will result in this happening, and I want to punch things.